3.
All right, my name is Bryan,
And I'm Bryan.
and this is Bryan versus Bryan, episode 111. Thor, Love and Thunder. I almost said Ragnarok. I really almost did. Love and Thunder. So premiered June 23rd, 2022 at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood. The El Capitan next to the El Pollo Loco, right? So what? She got a lazy eye and serves drinks at the El Pollo Loco now. And then everywhere else, July 8th, or at least in the United States, as part of Phase 4 of the MCU. Phase 4, or as we like to call it, meaningless.
Meandering phase? I don't know.
So meaningless phase. It doesn't connect to anything. It doesn't. They mention, yeah, Thanos was around once.
Yeah.
Thank God that's over, right? Am I right? Oh man. Remember Iron Man? All right. On to this adventure then. Okay, who's the next throwaway villain for one fucking movie? Eh?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's funny because like
we got him. Not too bad. Pretty nice. Okay.
Oh shit.
Christian Bale. All right.
Yeah, where the fuck is Kang? God damn.
Kang, who the hell's Kang? We got something in your throat?
Oh shit.
What are you talking about? Why would we set up the next big baddie? He's just gonna fucking appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's not like you've been doing this for fucking years.
Who is this guy? And then Kang's gonna be like, who are you? I'm here to fight the Avengers. Who the fuck is this? Ant dude. Indian girl.
Yeah, who is Doctor Strange?
White Owl man. I don't know. Who the hell are you?
No, it's funny you mention that because it's like people like me, and maybe you to some extent, is like, you know, at one point it's like, oh, Marvel just feels the same. I wish they would do like something different. And now I feel like they're doing something different, but now I'm like, I applaud you for doing different things with your movies. They all feel different, at least for me. Like Doctor Strange feels different than Shang-Chi. But it's like, but you're also not building up to anything. So it's like, you know, I applaud you for doing different things, but at the same time, you know, you got to be building up to something. You ain't fucking DC. You can't just have these one-offs.
Yeah, we're watching it and you're like, I think they're taking the Snyder approach, building up to absolutely nothing,
yeah,
which no one knows about. Yeah, I mean, I love Marvel movies, but I realize this phase is just doesn't connect to anything. You know, it doesn't have the gravitas. You're not building upon them, and they used in Marvel movies were all intertwined and connected. And that was the cool thing. It's like because no one had done that. The MCU, the cinematic universe, all connected and had threads that would tie into each other. And that's what was so cool about it. Mm-hmm. And that's why when the first Avengers came around, we were all on board. It was the #1 movie in the world for a while.
And I guess to phase one's credit, I mean, the only thing they were building up to was Avengers. I mean, that was like they made these single movies to like a team up kind of thing, but then like phase 2, phase 3, you know, all they did really was throw a little Easter egg Thanos thing and credits. And I don't know why they can't do that now with whatever their next. Well, I think it's Kang, but I don't know why they're not doing that now. Like you can't. You did a Multiverse of Madness movie. You can't throw in a Kang thing at the end, or you know, like what the fuck, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, and then we know Kang, but the Kang we know like isn't the Kang that will eventually be the bad guy. It'll be an alternate Kang because the Kang we saw in Loki was kind of a nice Kang. And you know, he talks about other versions of himself. So like the Kang that will be trying to conquer in phase 5 and 6 is not the Kang we even know. It's fucking all very weird. Strange. It's all very cerebral, man. It's all, you know.
Oh yeah, I guess I should say something before we get into the Love and Thunder. I have something to get off my chest that's probably going to piss you off and piss the listeners off. But I actually have not seen Ragnarok. I want to see it now. It's one of the ones that slipped through the cracks, but it's going to be curious to see what our thoughts are without me seeing Ragnarok with Love and Thunder. I'm very curious because I mean, it sounds like Ragnarok is a pretty beloved movie. I don't think I've met very many people who didn't like it. Seems to be everyone's favorite Thor movie, at least.
It's
Not
okay.
Not that that's a high benchmark to do, but
I like the first Thor movie the best, dude.
yeah,
I don't know. It's something about before they decided to change his character in the MCU and make him comedic when he was this very serious god. That was
yeah,
funny to me. That was funnier to me playing it him serious like Ghostbusters. It's almost like the first Thor is Ghostbusters and the other Thors are fucking 2016 Ghostbusters, where that the actual Ghostbusters were trying to act wacky instead of them playing it
right.
super straight to get the comedy. Like I loved that stuff when he's like breaks the fucking glass. More mead. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yes.
That's
When he
the
played
beauty
it
of
serious, I
yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was very funny.
That's the beauty of the first one is that it's a fish out of water movie. It's like this guy who doesn't know about our culture, gets thrown into our culture, and it's funny to see him try to navigate it. That's what makes
Yeah,
it so great. But when you
and I
make him a
love you.
bumbling idiot, it's like,
Yeah,
huh?
I love it, and it's like you think you can take down the mighty Thor, and they jab the syringe in his ass. Oh, so yeah,
Yeah.
number one is my favorite.
Mm.
I think it's really, I think it's fun. It's definitely my favorite. I prefer that Thor. I wish that Thor would come back, but they already went down this road so far that it was just
Yeah.
weird to turn back.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
so, but on to this movie. No, and I don't think my rating or review of this movie has much to do with Ragnarok at all because they're all so separate and
Hmm.
really don't have much to do with each other. But Ragnarok was pretty good. It had some cool people in it. You get Hulk, you get some other cool stuff.
Yeah, I will say going into Infinity War was pretty jarring. That opening of I'm like, well, we're on a ship. Thor's got an eye patch. All right, what's happening here? I'm just gonna roll with it. I had no context of the beginning of Infinity War, so that was kind of funny. I should probably fix that at some point.
Yeah, so beginning of this is it's Thor is now with the Guardians of the Galaxy in space.
You're forgetting about the cold open. The movie cold opens with Christian Bale. Like, there's not even the Marvel studio happens. Yeah, we got the whole like villain thing.
That didn't happen before the
Yeah.
logo, did it?
Yep. It literally starts with like the scene of the desert, and then after that, it cuts to like the Rock version of the Marvel Studios coming.
Yeah. So Christian Bale, in a desert, dying. It's very dusty. It's very windy, and his skin is ravaged by it. Really, there's no lotion in sight, and it's very windy and dusty, and and he hates sand because it gets in everything.
You feel really bad for him, to be honest.
It's coarse. So he's got a daughter with him, and he's like trying to protect her from the wind, making a human wind barrier. And we all know how that works out.
Yeah, as one does.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's why the 90s created the windbreaker. So he'd never have to fight the wind alone. Yeah, so his daughter dies in his arms from lack of attention, like the movie Life, or what was that? M. Night Shyamalan we reviewed.
Oh, fucking old. I think.
Yeah, old.
Yeah, old.
No,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was called TikTok on the Beach.
God, what was that rapper's name? It's something Sedan. Something Sedan. I was like, what the
fuck? So yeah, she dies, and then he's walking, and then he sees an oasis. Promised land. This is all. It's very nice. It's very. There's plants and waters and things, and he's probably thinking to himself, "Shit, why didn't I walk down here earlier? This could have solved a lot of things." I figured this desert went on forever, and I just quit walking. So he goes in there, and there's a bunch of fairies and wispy creatures and a god dude. as they do, eating grapes and wine and whatnot. He says, "Hey, God, what's the deal? Hey, what's going on?" And the God's like, "Hey, what do you mean?" He's like, "Hey, I've been out here. I've been out here. I've been out here praying. You know, maybe throw a little something my way. I had a daughter. She died. Oh yeah, your daughter died. That sucks. Hey, hey." I thought, I'm the only one left that worships you. Everyone else is fucking. I don't know if you noticed, but it's a desert out here and everyone's dead. And he's like, "I don't need you to worship me." Or he gives him some bullshit. And then Christian Bale is saddened by this. And this is the best acting I've ever seen Christian Bale do. Forget everything else. Forget the emaciated Christian Bale. This is the one you want. The needing lotion Christian Bale. Okay. Mole just as big as ever. God
He's
bless
got
you.
food on his chin because he's got done eating something. He's all fucked up.
Oh yeah, he ate his damn melon.
Yeah.
Look at he's eating my melon.
Big ass wart in his nose.
So he explains to him that he doesn't give a fuck about people praising him. You are nothing. You were made to suffer for my enjoyment, or something like that. And so he denounces him. Oh, and the God also luckily lays out what just happened to Christian Bale. Listen, Christian Bale, I just had to kill this guy, okay, who came here right before you did, and he had a special sword that could kill gods. So I had to kill him because that could be dangerous to us, okay? So what do you want? And it's like, he has to explain all this. And then Christian Bale denounces him. And then the guy chokes him. And there's some cool, I always like the CG trickery when they have a guy that looks normal, but then all of a sudden he's fucking 12 feet tall. Choking on Christian Bale. And then the sword is like, "Hey, I like this guy. He doesn't like gods. I don't like gods either, my friend." Appears in his hand. Sticks him right in the old gonads. Mm-hmm. No, it was the neck. In the neck. Well, and there's a kind of cool effect where his blood was gold.
Yeah.
Gold liquid. That was pretty cool. Kills him. And then all the other fairies are, "Oh, fuck this." Oh. So that's the beginning. So we've established he has the sword. I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
Doesn't matter. It kills gods. The God Killer. And the Widowmaker. So now we get the Marvel intro with a little bit of guitar riffs, bringing in that tune. I can't remember the tune now in my head, damn it. And I
don't remember what it is either.
I've heard it a million times, the Marvel tune,
But it's metal.
Yeah. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy are with Thor. Hey, look, it's connected. What are you talking about? It's not connected. we got the Guardians here.
Yeah, we got a fun Enya scene, fun Enya montage.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That was pretty cool. I felt like he just picked out a Pure Mood CD from,
Yeah.
Who can say whether we knows where your heart goes?
That's still pretty good.
They also should have had more of that shit, dude. Fuck the Guns N' Roses soundtrack. It should have been more of that shit. Like, sail away, sail away, sail away.
Oh god, so good.
And then that one that. Oh
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The one from Chappelle where he walks into the fucking
laundry thing.
Yeah. And then he squeezes his fucking bleach.
I love he has a cigarette and he's just and the wind's blowing his shit. Oh god. So good.
Yeah, all those. I just remember all those from like. You can now relax in a new world. Pure Moods. 3 payments of $5.99, 2 CD set. And yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Fuck
god.
yeah. Pure Moods. I gotta get that CD, dog. Pure Moods. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy seemed frivolous as shit. Unneeded. They're like, you know what, James Gunn won't do a movie. We're putting him in. God damn it, it's taking too long.
Yeah.
Uh it's okay. Something weird about it. It isn't. I don't know. Didn't seem quite as Guardiansy to me. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's that James Gunn and the writers of his movies do them different, but something felt off. Like Quill felt off. He looked a little off. Like maybe he wasn't in Quill shape,
Yeah.
you know, because that's not a whole movie. So what? 10 minutes? All right, whatever.
I'll wing it. Yeah, whatever.
It just felt off to me, like a Kroger brand of Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
Weird.
I mean, you kind of nail it right there. I mean, James Gunn is a fucking awesome writer, and I mean, he created this awesome character. So it's like you can tell when it's not James Gunn writing. You know, it's not quippy. They're not bouncing off one another. They're just kind of there. They're just like little fucking little pieces on the puzzle.
And then there's some good stuff between Quill and Thor. I love and you may take this ship to remember me. But you're giving me my ship. Yep. We've been through a lot of adventures, me and her. She's yours now. That was pretty good. And then the one scene where it's like it's in the trailer where he's like, when you feel lost, just look in the eyes of the people you love. And Quill looks up at the Guardians, and then Thor kind of moves into his line of sight to look in his eyes, and then it ends. And in the trailer, it's much funnier. And the trailer's like, "What are you doing? Nothing."
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he's like, "Are you looking at me?" No. But they cut they don't let the moment simmer. It's got to simmer.
Yeah,
you got to let it simmer. Wakati.
Yeah, I think he like pats him on the shoulder and walks off or something. Like, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. And so he goes off on his own adventure and fucking what happens next? New Asgard's attacked is the crutch of it, right?
Yeah, he goes to save his friend. She's like on some random planet. She's like laying half dead, and he shows up. And he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" She's like, "Put me out of misery. I want to go to Valhalla." And he's like, "Well, technically you didn't die in battle." So she's like, "Oh shit." And then I think from there, we jump to the new Valhalla stuff with and then we got fucking Jane Foster and stage 4 cancer. And she goes to new Valhalla.
There's some pretty good stuff in there. When she's talking with the chick,
Kat Dennings,
the first Thor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, from whatever the waitress show is what I always remember.
Yeah.
What that's called. But and she's when were you gonna tell me? It's only stage 4 of 4 stages that we know of. There could be more stages. Yeah. There's some good stuff between them. So then New Asgard's attacked, right? By the God Butcher and his shadow monsters. Mm-hmm. Be careful of the shadow puppets. And he steals some kids, Well, I was wondering, why didn't he just kill Thor? It was a big trap to get Thor. It's like he could have killed him right here But I guess it wasn't to get Thor; it was to get Stormbreaker.
Yeah,
because he's realized there's this creature. What's it called? Infinity.
Oh, yeah. I think it is just Infinity or Infinite or something.
At the edge, something. It's infinity. I don't know. It's a god creature that is like hidden at the end of the earth and no one's ever seen. And if you reach that place, you're granted one wish.
Basically a genie, a lazy genie with one wish. You piece of shit.
What's your wish? I wish for more wishes. Fuck! Damn it! Wait, I didn't explain the rules first. No, I already wished. You son of a bitch. Fuck, you got me. This happens every damn time. And I end up granting 100 wishes. Yeah. So he realizes he needs the Rainbow Bridge. What the heck is that called? Is it called? It's got a fuck. I never remember all the stupid names. Rainbow Bridge, called something.
Yeah,
the Bifrost. I remembered one. The Bifrost. I fucking remembered one. Yes. Unlimited power. The Bifrost, which is now like part of Stormbreaker. I don't know how the fuck all this happened. It's like that wasn't a very important thing, the Bifrost, and you had to have this guy to control it. But now Stormbreaker just does a Bifrost, and even when they don't have Stormbreaker, they still manage to travel across the fucking galaxy wherever they want to go. So I don't know. Yeah. Fucking man. You know, fucking click your heels 3 times and fucking imagine it, and you'll probably be there. So it's the way it works. God dang, because he had Hercules or Zeus's lightning bolt. And he's just like, he's like there. And he's spun it around or something. Use it like a skip it or something. So they kidnap all the kids from New Asgard, and they got to go save him. He's gonna go to this special planet that has all the gods live there and know about it. And it's ran by Zeus, and they're gonna try and recruit help from other gods because they know that this guy has a special sword that can kill gods, so that this is danger to all of us. They might want to know about this. Mm-hmm. They might, we're gonna get a god army. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be like similar to the Book of Mormon. Anyways, a god army. They go to this planet, and it's kind of interesting. You see some crazy stuff. I wish they would have, you see a little head dude with some feet and some weird looking god things. I wish they would have done some more stuff. Like there was an opportunity to show some more ridiculous things there. Like maybe put Alf or something. I don't know. That's just a brainstorm off the top of my head. Hey, it's Alf.
What the fuck?
Hey, what do you know? Or like a legitimate looking Jesus standing there. Oh, yeah. Like the quintessence. Just something. And then it's Zeus played by Russell Crowe. I have to say, I think this is the best performance in the movie. Was Russell Crowe.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good for sure.
I think it was the best performance in the fucking movie. I mean, Christian Bale at some points turns it on. Yeah. But at other points, you're like, what the fuck? At one point, he did a Batman, dude. He said, what the fuck did he say? And it was just Batman. He's like,
just a growl, yeah.
Oh, no, I think he said, who are you? Who are you? Some shit. And it was just Batman. But Russell Crowe, I was not expecting this.
He was so good.
He's all kind of fat, and he has this ridiculous accent. I don't even know what the fuck.
Yeah, it was like
an Italian
Mexican, but not. Yeah, something.
Italian, Mexican. Certainly didn't sound Greek. Like I would think Zeus would be like. Let me tell you about something, okay? And he's just kind of portly, kind of bobs his head around a little bit, and he's like, oh yeah, there's some funny shit. Oh yeah, next order of a business, we'll talk about the location of that next orgy. Yeah, he's like orgy. He's like, it's a very big event. And he goes up and talks to him and all this stuff, and he's like, you are this close to not being invited to the orgy.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was good, man. He was fucking hilarious. Really good.
I love the when he's like, "You're all cowards," and he like stands up and he does that little slide out from the throne and he does a little thing.
And then he picks up his little skirt to walk down the steps. Me, a coward.
Oh god, so good.
Oh god, yeah, it was fucking funny, dude. Oh man, that was best performance. I'm giving it away. That was awesome. I loved it. And then they end up killing, or who ends up killing him? Was it Thor himself?
Yeah, he throws the bolt.
Yeah, throws his lightning bolt at him. Because everyone's attacking them, and he takes the lightning bolt to help him on his crusade. So pretty much that's only the help they got from that god planet was the lightning bolt. Oh yeah, and didn't the rock guy die there too?
Yeah.
He was hit by the lightning bolt. Oh no, Thor, help me! Oh no, oh no!
Just his face. Yeah.
There's a lot of like. Speaking of that, I meant to mention there's a lot of like same-sex couple. It felt forced to me. Like they had to mention the warrior girl's girlfriend. Like, yeah, we know she had a girlfriend, bro. Okay, driving home, why don't you? And then the rock guy is like, when a daddy meets another daddy. because like their species are only men, I guess. There's no women at all.
Right.
And so I was like, oh god, really? Like, I hope I hope to meet my bro someday.
That was kind of funny though. Like, we're going to a volcano, hold hands for 12 days or whatever.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
And then in the middle of your hands, it's a new baby boy.
That's right.
And then at the end he's with his bro in the volcano. It was a little ridiculous. It was okay. It was kind of funny. And like it's kind of, he can't die. It's like his face is just, it's kind of like a mask now. Well, apparently the only part of me that was alive was my face. But don't worry, he regrows. Remember, deaths are not deaths in Marvel.
Yeah,
it's
no one ever really dies.
Robert Downey's coming back. So they go. Where the hell do they go?
They go face off with him, and I think that's when everything turns all black and white, and they have that little confrontation on that planet.
Yeah,
they got the lightning
planet. And they make sure to tell you, oh, on his planet, the shadows run everything. There is no color. Oh my god. And then it's in black and white, the final battle. Come on. Really? Ugh, fuck. I mean, Christian Bale was like one of the best villains they've had. Just as far as like understandable motivations and somewhat likable, because the villain's never the villain in their own mind.
Yeah.
So as far as that goes, I thought he was one of the better ones. But none of them in the single movies are ever very good. They're just throwaway. They all die by the end, most of them. And if they don't, they're never used again, so it doesn't matter. But he did have some emotional stuff. There's some good stuff, but overall, I would say I was a little disappointed by his performance. I mean, I thought there would be some crazy voice or something, some crazy physicality he would bring to it, but not really. And because I had just seen the trailer for his new movie. I don't know what the fuck it was.
The Amsterdam?
Yeah, something like that. And just for all the little parts with him in the trailer, I was like, God dang. This guy's good.
He's really good, yeah.
Like he has, I don't even remember the character, but it was zany and weird.
Mm-hmm.
And had a voice, and I was like, God dang, every time. He can just become someone else. It's nuts. Like that one looked good. Just I don't even know what the movie's about or care. But I got to see that character, what he's doing.
Right.
It was really good. And I just watched that trailer before I watched this. I'm like, yeah, he's going to have something. He's going to bring it.
Even in like, I don't know if you ever saw Vice. I didn't want to see, I was like, the movie looks fucking dumb. But I wanted to see fucking Christian Bale as Dick Cheney. He was like he gained a bunch of weight. It was about Dick Cheney and George Bush and all that time.
I don't think I've seen that one because I saw W. Kind of felt like I didn't need another one.
Yeah, right.
W's really good though.
I watched some of it. I was
W.
pretty entertained, but I didn't get to finish it. But it was pretty entertaining what I saw.
Dude, W is good. And regardless of what you think of George W. Bush, that's a good movie. And Brolin was really good, man. He was a great GW. But anyways, Vice. Yeah, now I'm remembering a fat suit. Or did he actually gain the weight?
I think he actually gained the weight. Yeah, because he's fucking the psychopath.
Crazy bastard. It's like I don't want to know about Dick Cheney. Like Bush is a way more interesting story than Dick Cheney. Sure. Dick Cheney. It just like reminds me of it's like the Penguin or something. You shouldn't have stood in front of the shotgun, man. So, yeah, they're fighting. This is black and white. I was like, oh god, black and white, really? Why?
Because it's cool and cinematic, bro.
Yeah, it is, bro. I guess it hides some of the CG. It's easier to do black and white CG than it is full colored and lit. You could just
I don't know what it is about this movie. It didn't look very good to me. I don't know how you felt in terms of like it felt. I mean, all Marvel movies kind of feel artificial just because a lot of it's shot on fucking green screen backlot shit. But this one in particular felt very artificial. I don't know what it is about it, but like all the fight scenes, I don't know. It just even people just standing around, I could just tell that the background is fake. I think a lot of times they do a pretty good job of blending that to trick you and think but for this one, for some reason, I kept getting out of the movie in my head and I'm like, oh, this is really fucking fake.
Yeah, I felt that a little bit too. So they're fighting, and there's some funny stuff throughout the movie about his relationship with Stormbreaker.
Yeah, that's some of the best stuff in the movie for sure.
Trying to get Mjolnir back.
It's like a love triangle movie with weapons.
It's pretty funny with that. No, of course not. That was my old weapon. I'm over that. And that stuff's pretty good. I did buy in this time the love story with Jane and Thor. I bought that. That was pretty good. I bought that in the first one too. I thought they had some pretty good chemistry, and I believed it.
Yeah.
This one is pretty emotional. Like there's some emotional parts. Like when Jane is dying, and she's been using the Thor hammer, thinking it'll help her cancer because she's super powerful when she's holding it. But then whenever she lets go of it and becomes herself again, she's like even worse off.
Mm-hmm. It's like draining her life.
Before. Yeah. And so he's going to go in the final battle without her because he wants her to live. And that was pretty emotional stuff when she's like, well, why would I wait here? And then, he's like, because I love you and I always have. And if there's a chance you could survive, I would be remiss not to tell you to do it. That stuff was pretty good. And then they're fighting and it's not going Thor's way. And there's some weird stuff like she's in bed and he'll get punched and she's Thor now too. He'll get punched in the face and you'll see her on the bed.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And then he's thrown on the ground. She's like, she's like Neo's body outside of the Matrix when he's in a fight.
Spitting up blood. Oh god.
God damn it, he's convulsing. So yeah, then she looks over and Mjolnir's floating next to her. Bastard, you want to kill me? If we must.
YOLO.
She comes and saves him. And it's kind of too late. They can't get Stormbreaker out of the hold of him that's pointing at the god thing at the end to make the genie in the bottle open up. It's rubbing the lamp.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally it rubs a little too hard. And the lamp just kind of spurts. Woo! It's open, gaping, if you will.
Into Waterland, Waterworld.
Oh yeah, that was probably the best graphics of the damn movie.
That was pretty good. That was
The
a pretty good
water
scene.
with
Yeah.
the reflections and stuff with a white background, pretty cool looking. And they get in there and uh Mjolnir killed itself to kill the sword, so she no longer has Mjolnir, Mew,
Meow meow.
and then so she's lying in the water world place, dying, and in her robes and shit, her human clothes, and Thor's helping her, and so he's about to make his wish, and Thor's like, "Go ahead, you've won." And he's like, "Why would you let me just do it?" He's like, "You've already won. I'm not going to spend my last moments here with you trying to convince you not to make the wish. Well, I can spend it with her, goddammit."
Yeah, he has that cheesy moment where he's like, it was like, you want what
choose
everyone
love.
wants. He's like, what do I want? And he looks back at Jane, looks back at him, love. It's like, God damn it.
So it's like, yeah, he can make a wish to kill all gods at once. And he's like, but then Thor's like, you could bring her back, your daughter. You could bring her back. And then he's just like, you never thought of that. Oh, what the? He's right. He never once in his fucking mind did he think about that as the wish. This whole time he's been, it's a good fucking idea.
Ooh, look at the big brain on Thor. That's right.
King of the castle, la la la. So you can see he's like, oh shit. But he's dying because whoever has the sword dies by having the sword, drains all their life. So he's like, if she'd come into this world alone, she would be alone. And I can't do that. And then Thor was like, she wouldn't be alone.
I'll take her.
And I think Jane, I think Jane said it. I think Jane said she won't be alone. Kind of looks at Thor and he's like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, you're dying. You're not going to be there to help me. I was like, yeah. So he's like, yes, she won't be alone, sure. I promise. So, does Jane die first or does the girl come back first?
I think Jane dies, and maybe I don't remember if Christian Bale sees her die or something, and then does his wish. I don't remember how it transpired.
Yeah, I think she dies first. She is I thought that was pretty emotional. The death was good. I liked it. As emotional as it can get. And then what I did like is that she disintegrated into gold dust because she was a god, a real god, not just a god when she had the hammer. Because only gods, when they die, they turn into dust. So that was kind of cool. And then Bale wishes his daughter back, and he dies in his daughter's arms like she did in his. And the girl doesn't show much emotion about it. She just not at all. Doesn't cry. She just looks at Thor. Well, what do we do now, father? I guess you're my dad now, isn't it?
Oh shit.
Shall we go on an adventure?
Steps over his corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're off. And then I guess, there's a funny scene like him trying to get her dressed, you think, for school or something. And feeds her some food. I don't like these. What are these? Those are human flapjacks. Or what? I don't know what it says.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Flap cakes. Those are human flap cakes. Very delicious. You love them. I hate them. You've never had them. I will hate them. And then she does something like, I won't eat them, demon. Like shoots a blast from her eyes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, just to block it with the pan. This is a brand new pan. Ruined now. And getting her shoes on and going out. You think it's like a just going to school, but then you find out they're on an adventure. They're gonna like battle somebody, and then they get the voiceover again by the rock guy, and then they continue to have their adventures. Some called them Thor and whatnot, but most ended up just calling them Love and Thunder. No, it was all Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, it was all Guns
N'
N' Roses.
A lot of Guns N' Roses. I mean, come on, man.
This was the greatest hits the movie. Guns N' Roses greatest hits the movie. That's what it was.
1 or 2 is fine, but really, that many? Couldn't just pick other 80s rock songs. And then you don't even play fucking You Could Be Mine or Night Train. Neither. Yeah. You gotta have a Terminator type scene with it. You could be mine.
Yeah, I would have much rather have had like a diverse fucking array of songs. Even the Guns N' Roses song, they're just the most popular. How many times have you heard Paradise City? Fucking a million times. Or Welcome to the Jungle. Oh, here we go. Welcome to the Jungle again. Whoop de fucking do. So it would have been nice to gotten some more fucking different songs, different 80s. There's so many hair 80s songs that you could choose from.
Yeah,
some Van Halen in there, or something. Sammy Hagar.
At least fucking no Van Hagar. God damn.
Or Kiss, or fucking there's a bunch of people.
Kiss. God damn. Luckily you're not choosing the music.
I don't know.
Aqualung. Some Jethro, baby.
Yeah.
Or at least give us some cuts we wouldn't expect. Like, you ever heard that new song by Guns N' Roses, Absurd?
Mm-mm.
That one's pretty good. It's got like some old aesthetic, but it's got like some new type techno kind of stuff with it. That one's pretty cool. I mean, it's an older song, but I guess they completely redid it and revamped it and completely twisted it up. And I heard it on the radio. I was like, what the fuck is this? Guns N' Roses. And I was like, this is fucking Guns N' Roses?
Well, goddamn.
This is dope. Called Absurd. Check it out. Yeah, so my thoughts on the movie. I liked it. It was fun. It was funny. It was a nice little romp. I didn't hate it. Just my problem with it, or the problems I have with all newer Marvel movies, is just there's no connection. It seems like just a standalone throwaway story that means nothing. And that's my problem with it. I like these things to have some gravitas and some connections to the other ones. So that was my problem with it. But overall, I liked it. I thought it was funny. I enjoyed watching it. I thought it's colorful. It's bright. It looks pretty cool, even though it does look a little fake, like you said. But I mean, it's a very different Marvel movie. It feels very much in the vein of Ragnarok. Not as good, but that's okay. I don't think any Thor movie is that great as far as the MCU goes. So I'll probably say 6.5. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was nothing special for me. Yeah, it was fun. I think people could enjoy this. If you're super MCU, you're gonna love it. But if you're kind of burnt out lately on the Phase 4 stuff, I mean, it's not going to change your mind, but you're probably going to still be like, "Oh, that was fun." I mean, I don't regret like my $9 at the theater, but I'm not hyped on this. I'm not fucking
sure.
It's not my new favorite MCU movie, but it's definitely not the worst.
Yeah, this movie's fine. And it's like not at the top echelon of fine. Like, hey, that was fine. That was good. It was fun. To me, this was fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's on the lower. I didn't enjoy this movie too much. It was okay. I think all the things they were trying to do didn't work for me particularly. Like, I think I talked about this a little bit with the Okay.
Keep trying.
What was it? Oh. I think I brought this up during the vampire movie we reviewed with Jamie Foxx with the Day Shift. And that, like, there's a lot of action movies out there that have action that the only purpose of the action is to look cool. And like this movie like there's an opening with Guardians of the Galaxy, this like epic scene where Thor just demolishes a bunch of people, and I think Guns N' Roses is playing. And the whole time I'm like, I'm so fucking bored because there's nothing about this scene that is like pulling me into it. It's just a cool scene to look at, and I think I'm just getting to that point. I feel like I'm an old man shit waving my finger. I'm just getting to the point where, like, this shit's just boring to me. Like, I want action that's engaging, and there's stakes involved, and maybe he's got to save somebody at the nick of time. I don't know. There's a reason why Spider-Man 2 is one of the best action movies, because it has great action that's well shot, and then there's also stakes involved, like saving the people from the train. The train sequence from that movie is like an epic, like it's one of the best action scenes of any superhero movie, because there's stakes and there's characters and you care about. But when you just have action just to have action, it's just like fucking boring. And I felt a lot of this was kind of boring in terms of the action stuff. So the action didn't really work for me personally. And then in terms of the character stuff, I thought Christian Bale was pretty good. I think my problem with Christian Bale is I thought he was fucking wasted. Like, he's barely in the movie. He has the cold open, which was good, and then he doesn't really do much until the end. It's like, where the fuck is Christian Bale? And also, like, his stuff, he's so dark. Like, all of his scenes are like, it's a completely like different tone of movie. It's like these two tones are like fighting each other. It's like this weird, dark, black and white, artsy, sinister kind of tone, and then you got the lighthearted Thor, with all the color. I don't know. It was just really weird tonally. It's like Whiplash. The Jane and Thor stuff, it was okay. My problem with that shit is that it's been how many years since the original Thor came out, and I'm supposed to like conjure up these feelings from a movie that came out in like 2009 or 10. It's like, where the fuck has Natalie Portman been? And it's like, when Iron Man died, when Tony died and Pepper Potts comes on screen, you're fucking welling up because you've seen Pepper and Tony and their relationship, and like they're very good and they bounce off one another. They have really good chemistry, but you've also seen them in a lot of movies together, and so it's like it's really emotional when he dies. And this movie didn't. I kind of felt nothing. I kind of feel like an asshole, but it's like, yeah, it sucks that she died, but I wasn't really sucked into their romance. I know it kind of seems like I'm shitting on the movie. There were a lot of fun stuff. The Russell Crowe stuff was great. A lot of the Stormbreaker stuff, like he's talking to, what's the Hammer's name?
Mjolnir.
He's like talking to it, and then kind of goes away, and then the shot kind of holds on Thor, and then from the left of the frame, the Stormbreaker kind of just like glides in. There's a lot of funny moments like that, and so there are parts of this movie that are really funny and enjoyable. The goats that are constantly screaming throughout the movie, it's fucking pretty funny. But yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty, disposable, entertainment, I guess. I had an okay time watching it. I'm probably never going to watch it again. I do want to watch Ragnarok, though, because people seem to like it. So I wanted to give that a shot. But in terms of, Phase 4 has been like a hit and miss. I like Doctor Strange, and I like Spider-Man. But other than that, but I also haven't seen Eternals. I haven't seen Black Widow, so I guess, I can't say too much on that. But
I like Black Widow for some reason.
Yeah,
just that guy is good.
Oh yeah, the Stranger Things guy.
And he's like in the whole movie. Like, I don't know, it's a pretty fun little movie. I liked that one for some reason. It's got its problems, but I think it's fun. That guy makes it like watchable. Like, his whole character arc in it is really cool. So I suggest trying it out once.
Yeah, all right. I had this for a month for $1. I might as well catch on some of these things. And then the Christian Bale thing, I almost feel like a soulless asshole, because when the daughter dies, and like that's his whole motivation and stuff, and I'm like, I only saw her in like 30 seconds in a scene, and I can't remember I was trying to remember like movies that do really good, that like little time where you lose a character but you care. And I actually thought about The Last of Us, and I was like, The Last of Us does a really good job, because you establish in the opening of the first Last of Us, you establish who Joel and his daughter is. Like, she gives him a watch on his birthday, and they're hanging out on the couch. And then you actually get to play as the daughter from her perspective when the zombie apocalypse happens. So by the time she dies shortly after, like, you're just like, holy shit, like you're hit with an emotional punch. In this one, I didn't really get that, because all you get is him walking through the desert, which we were joking about because, it's kind of a funny way to open a movie. And then she's just dead 30 seconds later. And then, I don't know, I wish we would have gotten more time with them together to see how happy they were together, or like some sort of bonding, even if it's just a scene of them bonding, and then she dies. You're like, oh shit! Now you're really emotional, and but you just, I don't know.
Whoa,
maybe I'm a heartless
careful.
bastard, but
I mean, I don't need much motivation to care about somebody's child dying.
I mean, I don't know.
I think they think that is just built in.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, you know, the love a parent has, everyone does for a child. So
Sure.
I think they assume you feel that.
But yeah, I'm kind of rambling on. This is, I think it's just a solid 6. So we're actually not too far off. It sounds like I had a lot more complaints than I do liked it, but I did enjoy it. It just wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. 6.5 and a 6. Check out She-Hulk. I've been watching some of that, and it's pretty fun. It's so different than like what we've had. You know, it's in like an attorney at law show. It's kind of cool. And there's
I need to watch
cool
Miss Marvel too. A lot of people are praising that show. I kind of want to check it out.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. Moon Knight is good. Like, all the Phase 4 shows are good.
Yeah.
And very much worth watching, even though they're 8 hours, 9 hours long. But all the movies are just like, oh man. Even 2 hours is a stretch. Like, ugh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So check it all out, man. Love and Thunder, 6.5, 6.0. We're getting a little tired of this. I'm ready for Phase 4 to end and get some weird shit going on. Because the Phase 5 and 6 plan does look pretty cool. I mean, but all they've announced is titles and kind of a rough where it's going. But if it seems like it could be cool. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Daredevil, 18 episodes. Yeah, fuck, count me in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck?
Is it going to be R-rated, or is it going to be?
Oh no, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. It's going to be weird. Is this like a full reboot, or is it kind of like, you know what I mean? Is this the same Daredevil?
He said in an interview, he said this is not season 4; it's its own new thing. I don't know what he means by that. I'm sure he can't say much, but he did say something similar to that.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't think they're trying to hard reboot it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're letting you know his, like, they're not. I don't think they're doing an origin story. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think they're letting you know that's his origin story. You know it already, but they're not really gonna go into it. I don't know. It's a fine line to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Always check us out on Spotify. Check us out on Apple Music. And as always, here on YouTube in the flesh and the video cell. Okay.
Hello.
Till next time. Till next Beast, we say peace.
Peace.